Jabs are 70% of what you're gonna probably run into when you're boxing. Even if you're an inside fighter, you gotta get through jab distance, all right, to be able to get to a position that you can use those short little arms to get anything done. And if you're an out fighter, then you're definitely spending all your time in jab distance. So you should have a plethora of ways to confidently and consistently defend the jab, okay? So I always ask 2 questions whenever we do jab sparring. The first question is, what is your first line of defense? Beautiful. How do you defend the jab? Anyway, that's right, all right? You can slip it, duck it, roll it, block it, step away from it. You can do anything you want, okay? You can even use defenses today to practice defending the jab that you usually wouldn't use. So you can do rolling, you can pair with both hands, shoulder rolls, all sorts of stuff, okay? And remember, the next part about this is the person defending the jab in between rounds, communicate with your teammate about what you're looking for. Say, hey, I'm real new to this, give me a nice rhythmic jab right at my head, or you can feint, or you can include the body, or you can lead, or you can play with rhythm, or you can just say, get after it, you know, and try to beat me up with the jab, all right? So everybody find a station, let's make this happen. That's the idea. I can see below it, I can see her feet, I can see above it, I can see her head, okay? I don't want to, if she throws that shot, catch it with one hand like this, because now I can't see anything. I've created these big vacuums in my defense, and I'm down a hand. If I block this correctly with both hands, I can shoot with either one of my hands out of this guard, and if she throws it really high, I can see low, and if she throws it really low, I can see high. All right, you guys gotta be able to see to fight, and then the next thing about this is, when she throws that jab, I'm nice and solid. I'm not going anywhere. I have a nice base to be able to fire out of, okay? So try to avoid blinding yourself, taking a hand out of commission, and try to avoid letting something as small as a jab just kind of like move you around. If you're choosing to hunker down behind your guard, that comes with the associated responsibility of being nice and solid in your base. If you're moving your head, you can kind of float around wherever you need to. But when you're absorbing something with your guard, the word is absorbing. You need to dissipate that force. Everybody understand? Today's gonna be a lesson about guarding. So while I want you to practice everything, make sure that this specifically feels nice and solid, okay? All right, let's keep going. My folks on this side, you are defending the jab. My folks on this side, you are jabbing. Talk to each other about what you're looking for. And we're gonna do 8 one-minute rounds. So, when I'm on the outside, my hands are in a position to deal with the most pressing threats that somebody can step in with. Straight punches, that long 3. When I get to the middle distance, I make some adjustments. When I'm in punch range, in exchange range, nobody needs to step to me anymore, they can just throw. So I square up a little bit so I can absorb that force. I lift my high guard up so I'm layering in my defense, and then I take my body and I make it small. This is where I want to be. If I have perfect, like, dinner party posture, there's a lot of me to hit. All right, good posture in boxing isn't the same as good posture other places. I'm literally sitting into my own hips here, all right? I'm a curve, like I'm sitting in a beanbag chair, okay? I'm making myself small so that there's less of me to hit. I like to talk a lot about how defense in boxing is proactive, but if you're blocking shots on the line, it's reactive. It's a small reaction if your positioning is right, but it is reactive. I'm here, I need to react, move, react, move, react, move. There's small movements if my posture is right, but they are reactions, okay? And this is why I was harping on you folks about being able to see. I'm in this guard and she throws some punches at me, bang, 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 bang. You can see I'm making little adjustments and I'm looking to be able to catch these shots, okay? I'm never doing this where I'm completely blind. And everything returns to stand. Catch, return, catch, return, catch, return. Because the way that somebody dismantles your guard is they spread it thin and then they shoot the gap. So like the classic one is like 4-3-6. She goes 4-3, and I bring both my hands out and create this big runway for her to shoot the gap and hit that with 6, okay? We're only gonna be dealing with 4 combos here, okay? We're only gonna be doing the pairings, the 4 pairings of hooks and uppercuts. We're always gonna be throwing the opposite hand, you're always gonna be throwing the opposite punch. So if you throw a 5, what's the next punch?
4.
The 4, all right? If I throw a 3, what's the next punch? 6. The 6, that's right, all right? So that's what we're gonna try to work on today. So we're gonna work on blocking those shots with your guard, and we're gonna work on throwing those shots, all right? You can decide if you wanna throw to the head or to the body with these shots, okay? So you really have a little bit more variety in initial experience. Let's do that. The only thing that you throw, 5-4, 4-5, 6-3, 3-6. Those are the only combos, okay? It's all your hook and uppercut combos. We talk a lot about making the high guard functional, okay? What are the 2 ways that you make the high guard functional? Oh, nobody. Guard. Dynamic guard, that's not one of the ways, but that is a good thing to have. Okay, so you need to be able to punch out of your high guard, all right? That's the most important thing. All right, you need to be able to threaten out of it, all right? If you throw that high guard up, it shouldn't just be a green light for your opponent to attack you. They gotta know that from this position you can attack. But that's not what we're gonna be drilling today. Here's what we're gonna be drilling. You need to continue to move your head and your feet. That's the big thing, okay? So you gotta make somebody miss. If they're confident that they're gonna hit you, they're gonna throw really, really hard because they know you're there to hold them up, and they can probably hurt you through your guard, all right? So you gotta make a miss. You gotta pull the rug out on them, all right? So you guys know the 4 combos that are coming your way. You know the uppercut and hook. You can roll that second shot. You know the hook uppercut. You can slip that second shot. Okay, so if I'm working with Renee and she throws the 3-6, bang, bang, I can slip that second shot, and in a real fight, bang, bang, there's that liver right there, sorry, all right, good. All right, if it's the other way, that's 6-3, 6-3. I can roll that second shot, and if I don't feel comfortable rolling it, 6-3, I can just duck it, or 6-3, I can step away from it, but I'm breaking contact somehow on that second shot, okay? So we're gonna change up kind of how we're doing things this second time around. What I'm gonna have you guys do is you're gonna decide on a combo you wanna throw, and I want you to just keep feeding it to that person until they move their head on the second punch, okay? That's what we're looking for. When they move their head on the second punch, you can move on to another combo. Remember, you got 4 to go through here. 5, 4, 4, 5, 6, 3, 3, 6, but it's always just the opposite hand and the opposite strike, okay? All right, everybody find some space, make it happen. So as Jack Dempsey would say, what's the point of all this footwork and defense if when you get a chance to hurt a guy, you can't do it, all right? So, you know, we're learning how to use that guard. We're patterning out how somebody's gonna try to pick holes in that. We're optimizing our defense. And the whole reason you use a specific defense like rolling or like slipping is to load up your hip to be able to fire back. So if I'm working with Garrett, and once again, we've been using the 6-3 here. He gives me the 6-3, block, roll, and then I'm gonna fake that hook, okay? If he gives me the 3-6, block, slip, and then I'm gonna fake that hook. That's it, that's why you would do this, so that you can turn the tables, you can shift from defense onto offense. Something Rocky Marciano says that I love, that I've been really pushing with all my athletes lately, is he says, it's always your turn. Even if you're defending to leverage it into your advantage. Even if you're moving your feet, you're leveraging it into your advantage. Even if you're yielding ground, you're leveraging it into your advantage, but it's always your turn. They're just giving you something to work with. That's it, okay? So I think I already said most of what I need to say about this. This is one of those like holistic drills where you're practicing base, you're practicing different ranges, you're practicing sequencing different guards and different types of defense together, okay? Something I always tell people about their guard is that like your guard needs to be dynamic. Not only is it active and moving as it deals with threats that are coming its way, but you're combining it with other defenses, all right, to make it functional. Okay, you've got to be able to punch out of your high guard. You've got to be able to move your head and your feet out of your high guard. A lot of coaches very disparagingly refer to the high guard as the handcuff guard. We've had that conversation before because they say once you throw those gloves up there, you're just at the mercy of whoever's pounding on your guard until they decide to let up. That's only true if you don't have the tools to break that momentum. We're trying to give you guys the tools to break that momentum, both defensively and offensively here. You guys got a chance to kind of follow along with this sequence with the class that I teach at Combat Fitness up in Vermont. And hopefully you guys learned something. You guys can implement this in your game so you can also have success when you fight.